Hi, I'm Sherry Sloan, and I'm here to continue showing you how to use Canvas Learning Management System by Instructure. Today we're going to create a few assignments to get you familiar with how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, as a little bit of review, I'm going to add a new module and make sure I'm in my right class. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add my first assignment. So I'm going to come over to Assignments. And I'm going to add an assignment. Now I have a couple different categories. I'm going to keep this in the Assignments category. This is actually a pretty small assignment, so the assignment is called So there you put the name of your assignment, and then down here in the description you go ahead and you describe your assignment. Okay, I finally finished writing my instructions, and so now I'm just going to make them look a little bit better just by, making the text bigger and stuff. Okay, and so now I'm going to discuss how the rest of this works. So here's where you put your point value. I'm going to have this be worth 20 points, and I'm going to keep it in my assignments group because it's an assignment. I display my grade as points. You can display your grade in other ways. I like to display mine as points. If for some reason you don't want this to count toward their grade book, you can put that here as well if you want it to be an assignment that just doesn't count. I'm going to skip this part just for a minute because I want to go through each one of these. And let's go ahead and look at this. Submission attempts. How many times can they submit? I always let my students submit all of their assignments as many times as they want. If you want to limit that, you can. You can also have group assignments, and you can either let students sign up for the groups themselves, or you can have you can set it up manually, you can have the computer do it. There's a few different ways to set up groups. Same thing with peer reviews. I'm not going to do group assignments. Same thing with peer reviews. So you could manually assign peer reviews, or you can automatically assign peer reviews. This is kind of cool also. And then, when there is grading that the students can't see the other person's name. And of course here, you can decide who you want this assigned to. This would be your different groups of people. So remember, I have my 7th and 8th graders separated from my 9th through 12th graders. So if I only wanted my 7th and 8th graders to do this assignment, I could put it there. So everyone's going to do this assignment, and of course I could put my due dates, and I could put my available from and until. I'm going to leave all of that blank for now. So let me go a little bit up here and discuss what all of these mean. So I have asked my students to submit the Where I'm From poem by George Ella Lyon that they have put annotations on. So I should probably tell them that the instructions are Also, I do like to sort of bring attention to some of the instructions for the students. I just think it helps in aiding them on what their purpose is of this assignment. Okay, so for this assignment, they're going to be giving me a file upload. So that's how they're turning it in. So it's not going to be anything else but a file upload. Now, I can restrict what kind of file types. For example, when my students draw logos, they can only give me a PNG. When they're doing a poster, they can only give me a JPEG, or whatever I decide. So I am not going to restrict file types for this. And I also want to tell them and there's my assignment. It's all done. If I wanted to edit this assignment, I could. So let's go back to the modules, and you'll see that in my modules, there is no assignment yet. I still need to add it. So I'm going to come to the Add button. I'm going to click on Upload Annotated Poem, and I'm going to go ahead and add the item. And now I have my added item. Now, just so that we can get a really good sense of student view, I'm going to go ahead and publish my course. It doesn't really matter when you publish your course. It's not like your students are going to stumble across your course accidentally. I don't know why I wait before I build like a whole unit, but we can go ahead and publish the course now. So I just want to show you what the students will see right now if they go to your course. So let's go ahead and go to the course, and you'll see that they have nothing. There are no modules for this course. There are no recent announcements. Okay, so now let's change that. So we're going to leave the student view, and now we're going to make it so that they can see your new module. So now that I've clicked on that green arrow, now they can see the module. It automatically turned this one green. That's fine. Now let's look at the student view. And now the student can see the module, and the student can see your Upload Annotated Poem. So let's go ahead and click on that. And here it says, well, reading, analyzing, and discussing the poem Where I'm From, and there's the instructions. We already read those together. And there's nothing else here. They're like, hey, what else is going on here? So let's go ahead and start the assignment. And notice how it gives them a couple ways to turn this in. Upload a file, because remember that's what I told them to do, is to upload a file. So they can upload a file, and if they want to use the webcam, it's not necessary for this, so I hope that they don't. They could use their webcam. Can I use it to take a picture? And if students want to send you a personal comment, they can do so right there. And let's just go ahead and upload a file just so that we can see what it looks like. So again, I'm still the student. I'm going to upload an annotated something. Here's a letter recommendation. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and submit the assignment. So now let's go ahead and see what the teacher sees. Oh, and look at that confetti and stuff. That's kind of new. So here's the submission details. It tells me that on August 15th at 9:05 I submitted this. I could try again if I want to. In fact, let's go ahead and look at that. I'm going to click here to find a file. Nope. I'm going to upload a file, and this time I'm going to grab a photo. I'll grab a JPEG this time. I'm going to submit the file. I'm going to submit it again. And notice, so here is the submission details, and that's going to tell me there's my comment I left. Here's the file that I gave my teacher. I can resubmit it. So far I don't have a grade. I could add an audio or video comment to it. I can attach another file, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the student view because I want you to see what the teacher sees now. So let's go over into grades. I could go into assignments also. There's several ways to get to the same thing. And you'll see that I now have an assignment. My test student has taken it, and I'm going to go ahead and look at what my test student gave me. Now, I'm going to show you more about this speed grader later. But if you look in this speed grader, and again, I'm going to show you this later in more detail. But for now, let me go over to the speed grader, and you'll see that I can see what the student gave me. I can annotate on the student's work. I can type on the student's work. I can change the color of whatever I want to do. I can add these things. It's like a hotspot, and I can leave a comment. There's really no need for that. Oh, I can draw a square around something and say another comment, and then I can give a grade, and I can see what the student said, and I can make a comment back to the student, and I can attach something. I can leave a video message, and I can leave an audio message. And then when I'm all done, I can go ahead and click on Submit. Now I am going to show you how to add rubrics, but not in this video. And there we go, I have graded the assignment. Again, I'll tell you more about the speed grader at a different time. So let's go ahead and add another assignment, because now we're going to have a different kind of assignment. Now we're going to have the students have the ability to write in a text box. So let's go ahead and we're going to add an assignment. It's going to go under assignments. Let me check my notes here. Okay, I now have my instructions for my students. So I'm going to, of course, make it bigger, easier to see, put some attention grabbers in there. And I'm also going to insert below it some ideas for them to think about. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm now going to insert a table below this to add some ideas to get them thinking. All right, so I've now, one moment. And we will have this be worth 20 points. And again, I'll show you rubrics in the future. This is going to go with assignments. All that is going to change, but now I have, they can show me a text entry, or again, they can give me a file upload. And remember that they can take a photo with right in the program here. I always allow multiple attempts. I'm not doing group assignments or peer reviews, so I can just go ahead and save and publish because I want to show you what this looks like to the students. If you didn't want to publish it right away, you don't have to. The green always tells you you're published. And if I go into modules, you'll see it's not there yet. Let me go ahead and add it. And now you'll see that I have the second assignment. So let's see what it looks like to a student. I'm going to click on the assignment. And I'm going to go ahead and start the assignment because that is how I'm going to be able to see the text box. So I'm going to go ahead and start the assignment. And now that I have the assignment, see, I have a file upload that I can do. So I can use the webcam to take a picture. I can upload a picture that I took with my phone or my camera. Or I can do a text entry. And the text entry you'll see is a rich text box that students can write in. And then when they're done, they go ahead and click submit. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a whole bunch of text there. I'm a student. Again, as a student, I can leave a comment for my teacher. And I'm going to go ahead and submit the assignment. All right, so, and I get some confetti when I do so. Now notice that I have a little 1 here. Remember, I'm the student right now. What does this 1 mean? Well, it means that something has been graded of mine. So if I click there as the student, I can now see that I have a 15 out of 20 on that assignment. And I also can see that there is some communication from my teacher. And it looks like there is. So I can see my teacher left me this message. So again, this is the one I just turned in. I know that there's not a score there yet because it just says the letter T. That means I put a text entry in. And here's the comment that I left for my teacher, but I don't have anything back from my teacher yet. So far I have a 75% in the class, but this assignment has not been graded. Okay, well let's go ahead and see again the teacher view. So to grade that assignment that my student just did, I can look at this in any number of ways. I can, again, click here and grade the assignment. I can go back to the assignment by clicking up there. Here's the assignment again. I can come over here to the speed grader. This is where the grading happens. And then I can see that my student has, here is my student's text message to me, and I can see it in plain text view or paper view. I can give it a grade. Remember, again, I'll show you rubrics later, and again, I can leave several different kinds of comments to my students, and I can go ahead and click submit. And now I have submitted the grade for the assignment, and now the student can see their grade. Okay, so that is how you submit an assignment. Now I want to go back to my original page, and I want to show you one more thing before I stop today. And let's just go ahead and add another assignment. Except in this assignment, I want to show you what, oops, I'm going to come down here. I want to show you what student annotation is. Well, first of all, media recordings is just the student leaving you a video or audio response. So let's say you told them, and this is one thing that I do, look at a logo, find a logo somewhere nearby you, and describe the logo and tell what you like or don't like about the logo. And they would do that in a media recording. I actually use Flipgrid usually for it, but it's also here. But student annotation, this one is pretty darn cool. But rather than me put it on a video, I'm going to link it to someone else's video that I found. Why do the same video twice when you can see someone else's? And they did a really good job of explaining a student annotation. So I'm going to put that in the description so you can go ahead and watch that video about student annotation. It's pretty good. And that's it. That's all the different kinds of assignments that you can assign to your students. Our next video is going to be about rubrics. So stay tuned for our next video about rubrics. Thank you.